Hello and welcome. If you haven't already seen the update video, you can click on it right in the game and get all the information. There's a lot in this update and stuff that you need to know. I am choosing the McLaren for the Spa, or the Belgian Grand Prix, the Rolex 2020 Formula 1 Belgian Grand Prix. And we're going right into Stage 1 here. All of Stage 1's going to be shown, all of the screens, all of the races. And what I'm going to do is, as I finish each stage here, I'm adding up my earnings. And I'm going to add up everything I've spent. And by earnings, I mean literally all the driver XP, principal XP. I'm just going to add up everything, and I'm going to share that with you at the Stage 5. When I'm kind of done earning and spending, I'll compile it all there. Now, first time driving this car, really low grip because got new tires. So I'm going to take it really conservatively, although this is the Eau Rouge Radeon section. Eau Rouge there, Radeon here, and then there's a car in the way. Just not quite sure how this car is handling. I'm going back and forth like this because I know there's been some tweaks to handling. My understanding it's mainly more in the low speed corners, and I was just trying to get a feel for it. My setup here, I run no assists. I always run no assists. Well, pretty well always. And I'm using tilt B controls. Oh, lost it there. You can tell I'm using tilt B because gas pedal on the right, brake pedal on the left. And my steering sensitivity is on 2. Some people ask about that. Not necessarily a right thing when it comes to steering sensitivity, kind of a personal preference. Lower sensitivity gives you more control in the corners, and but then you're going to have to twist your device more. Now, that was Poo on corner, and that one is that is a famous corner. If you mess up that corner, you go sliding so far. And this corner as well. Boy, you hate to slide off this corner into the gravel. Not a lot of fun. So far though, this car's handling really good. I have done no tuning. I will only be buying tuning as I need to buy it. And we'll just see how that goes. I kind of like the challenge, so we'll just see how much of a challenge this is for me if I have minimal tuning. And I'm going off of braking points that I have in my memory from driving similar cars. Ooh, that was not very good. Okay, well, good thing that wasn't an off-track stage. More about that last chicane later, because a lot of people razz me about, oh, you took 2 tires off track, or oh, you went above the white line. Well, we need to look at that closer, folks, because I was watching the actual Belgian Grand Prix, so we'll get into that later. I'm not expecting any difficulty in Stage 1, but you never know. Sometimes there's creative things that you can do and different ways to handle things. So this one here, got to get some drafting in. I love drafting. I just love it. One of my favorite things to do is to just get in a really fast draft because it allows you to exceed your possible top speed and slingshotting or elastic banding, depending on where you are in the world as far as the terminology that you've heard. So I'm braking pretty late for this corner. A lot of this I'm adapting. Now I'm not sure, let's see, I'm in 5th place, Stage 1. Not sure if this guy's gonna brake for Eau Rouge or not. Oh, he definitely did. He was definitely braking through there. So remember, if you get in front of a car and you drive right in his line, you get a push. And that can be very handy. You just gotta watch it. Sometimes what happens to me is that I cut across someone's bumper and I end up doing the pit maneuver on myself. And that's just no good. Now, if you're not familiar with Real Racing 3, the difference here is that we can take 2 tires off track and not get a penalty. So you're gonna see me everywhere I was driving there. That's fully legal in Real Racing 3. Not necessarily in Real Racing as far as world racing, but it's legal on this track, so you might as well learn how to use it so that you're optimizing this track. Otherwise, you're just going to have to buy more tuning, and when it comes to time trial competitions, you're just going to be slower. So, just like real life racing, you got to push those limits as far as you possibly can. Now, just have to do a little bit more drafting here. And one thing I didn't know is it's over as soon as you're done drafting. So it might have been better to have just stayed behind someone else and finished drafting. I was trying to place a little bit higher in the race. Always nice to place higher and earn more currency. But there we go. That works. Done that stage. and now I've got to stick behind somebody for practice. I don't really like staying behind someone. I wonder if that means I fail if I pass them. Oh well, I will stay behind. Okay, so here we have Hamilton. So it's ME7 needing to draft off of Hamilton. I might have a little bit of fun with Hamilton. Because, well, why not? So, hook up these bumpers. Not really bumpers, I guess, but let's see, we'll get hooked up. And I'm not sure how far I'm going to have to go. My guess is that the race will end as soon as I'm done drafting. But, well, I'm going to have a little bit of fun. Sorry, Hamilton, but I'm going to drive it in really deep. ME7 is pushing Hamilton into the corner, and what is he doing? Oh my gosh! Well, everyone's fine because it's just animation. But there we go. Let's see if I can catch up to Hamilton. We are definitely both damaged. And in this game, you definitely are slower after something like that. Do some nonsense like that. Alright, well, it was easier to catch Hamilton here. I'm guessing he's going to break through Eau Rouge, and I don't want to go flying off track. So I'll just check up a little bit there. You can see I was on the brakes a little bit. Now, I really don't use driver view. It's just, I am not very good at it. And so, there we go, I'm trying it. Let's see what happens here. Race ends? Race ends. Good, because we were just about to brake and lose it in that corner as well. Well, both Hamilton and I are fine. Alright. So let's see, that's 3 of the races for stage 1. Let's get on to the last race of stage 1. Overtake at least 8 different cars. See, sometimes in the past, you could just pass a car, let it pass you, and then pass it again. But this says 8 different cars. Interesting thing I'm wondering too is that, can we take this corner flat out? I made contact with him. I'm wondering if we can take it flat out in all versions of this car, or only in higher tuned versions, or maybe just lower tuned versions. You'd think that this car is going to have better grip with more downforce. It should. Certainly feels that way as I'm driving it. Oh, I like this. I like having some traffic I've got to weave between. That's always fun. And of course, drafting and getting the slingshot around people, that's a lot of fun. Now, I'm not sure yet quite how late I can brake here. I'm going to try to get past this guy. By the way, did you see that you can side draft? So most of the time you can side draft guys, and oh, I didn't do that very well. I was going to try to cut under him on the exit of the chicane, but I failed in my overtake. Now I'll do an outside overtake here, and woo, that was nice. Now there we go. So I'm going to try to get in front of him and get a push. There we go. So you have to know where the bots want to drive in order to make that work. Oh, and boy, did he ever slow down. Well, we'll see if they keep doing that later in this event. That kind of surprises me that he was going that slow through that section. Oh, though, okay, never mind. I'm back here in 13th place. That's not unexpected when you're this deep in the field. That was a little unexpected that I stepped out there. I guess I wasn't in the proper race line, so no, that's not unexpected. I'm a little bit sloppy here, kinda got my rhythm thrown off. That happens. Again, you can drive where I was just driving. I tapped the brakes there a little bit. I'm just not very confident. Now, left-hand side, there used to be 2 billboards there, and I used those for my braking markers. They're gone. If you're freaking out about that, there's nothing that can be done about that. That's part of having this track approved for Real Racing 3 use. Everything has to be licensed. So that would have been something that had to get changed in order for this track to be approved. You'll notice several things are different as far as the signs are concerned. So that's just the way it is. We just have to adjust to it. Not very difficult in this car because I'm actually braking very deep there. And getting a little more confident here. Ooh, you can do that. If you go check out the Belgian Grand Prix video, pretty well everyone does that. And what am I doing there? Well, I kind of wanted to do a spinning donut across the start-finish line. I didn't time it quite right, but hey, it's kind of fun, kind of entertaining. And that is going to wrap up stage 1 for us. We will look at the final earnings of this, and again, I'm going to be tallying all this and sharing it at the stage 5 at the conclusion of this, but I still like to show you everything. And if you like what you're seeing, I ask you please subscribe. I'll throw up some links here to other videos, including the update video and also the FAQ or the FAQ video, explaining some of the things and questions you may have about how things are working.